ladies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today we're checking out the newest animation from Jaiden Animations. This is Things That Happened While I Grew Up. I'm guessing she's going to talk about a couple things she experienced and learned, like lessons she learned growing up. And I want to see if they are certain things that I can relate to, you know, because everybody has different things that they come across when they're growing up. I want to know where do we match up? Where do we match up? Shout out to everyone who has been congratulating me on the baby. If you had no idea what happened, I gave birth. I know it's very surprising because I haven't showed my belly at all during my pregnancy, but I just gave birth, so my schedule has been a little bit wonky. I do ask that you guys give me a little bit of patience as I'm trying to get back into the YouTube groove for these two channels. Also, I'm going to be streaming more on Twitch. Link will be in the description box below. And I have a new channel that I'm going to put Let's Plays on. I'm going to be playing through Spider-Man, Tomb Raider. There's a few other games that I'm going to be continuing or finishing. And I'm going to be posting them on that channel. It's AY Go Hard. Link is also in the description box below. So check it out. There's a lot going on down there. Make sure you understand what's going on. And yeah.
When I was living on my own for the first time, I had to go to the store and get milk and paper towels. And that was the first time I was like, wow.
I know that experience.
I am such a freaking adult. I really appreciate the childhood my parents were able to give me. I'm really privileged to have grown up in a functional house where my parents didn't want me to die. I made a parent stories video a little over a year ago, and I rewatched it to make sure I didn't repeat any topics. And all I'm gonna say is those stories and animation are not worth 10 million views. That video,
it must have been a while ago.
I don't like it. I don't like that video. My parents were really big on manners and being polite. We've got some Asian blood in us, so we can't bring dishonor to our family. We do all the typical things like call adults Mr. and Mrs., ask to be excused from dinner, make sure to thank everyone for everything ever, bow to our superiors. When my mom had new people come over to the house, she would make me introduce myself and shake their hand. And then when no one was looking, she'd pull me aside to a different room and quiz me. What color are their eyes? That was my mom's training course to get me to be good at eye contact because I guess I used to be stupid and not look at people when they talked. But I remember that kind of backfired because I'd be so focused on memorizing their eyes that I wouldn't pay attention to what they were saying.
Oh dear.
Hi Jaiden, how are you? Alright, loser, I've got a quiz to take. Now that I've got 20 years of aced eye quizzes under my belt, I'm an eye contact wizard. I graduated top of my class in eye contact. I've got eye contact master's degrees.
This is super creepy.
Well, every once in a while, some people make me nervous, and I get shy. But other than that, I'm an eye contact powerhouse. I realized more recently that I think sometimes I go overboard and just end up staring at people by accident. It's very weird, and I'm sorry at everyone.
I would have to say that I do that for sure, where your eyes are, because that's what I didn't get quizzed on eye contact or anything. That's just something I learned growing up from working, you know, customer service, make eye contact. You know, when you're having a conversation, make it seem like you're attentive or you're paying attention. So when I've had situations where I have conversations with people and I'm looking them in their face, I feel the intensity that I obviously am giving off when I'm staring somebody in their face while they're talking to me and I'm looking at them right into their eye sockets, like right into the windows of their soul. Because when they're looking, you see some people and they feel uncomfortable because they'll be like looking at me talking, and while they're talking they kind of keep glancing away. Like, is she still looking at me while I'm talking? Yes, she is. All right, blah, 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 blah. Is she still looking at me? Yep, she is. And I know it can be intense. So I do try to look off to the side here and there, but I definitely do the whole, if my eyes could do an animation, it would be that whole getting closer to them and like rubbing your face. It's so creepy, but that's me.
Also be really strict on me saying pardon all the time instead of what. Like, she would say something I didn't hear and I'd go, what? And she'd stick her head around with, pardon?
Oh, goodness.
I wouldn't be a bimbo and be all, what? It's not like I was being a rude moron.
You weren't trying to.
One time my friend told me, Jaiden, I think you're the only person I know that says pardon. And like, that's all fine and dandy.
That's nice.
I could respect my mom's request to use an underused polite word. But I can't. Because she's even worse.
Really?
This is what she does. Mom, did you put my book somewhere? Huh? Objectively speaking, a what is exponentially better than a huh? I started mocking her whenever she did it, and then she gradually stopped bothering me about saying pardon. Also, I realized I never told you that I had a lisp as a kid.
Dear,
my parents meme on me about it all the time, and a running joke in the family came from when I used to be babysat by my mom's friend, who's Italian. Which means she'd talk like this and have her house full of a spaghetti. And oh, mamma mia. I'm only half joking. She's very Italian.
Okay.
Yahoo! She would make pasta for me all the time, and whenever she would ask what I wanted for lunch, I would pathetically go, pasta with no sauce.
Oh, that is so cute.
I wanted pasta with no sauce.
That's so cute.
And now, if my family would be having pasta for dinner, someone would end up going, I don't have a lisp anymore. Sometimes it shines.
I like how they try to make it quiet. They're like, this that reminds me of the situation, but I'm just gonna be quiet about like pasta with no sauce. That's super cute though.
Through when I talk too fast or get sloppy with my words, but somehow I fixed it by myself. In first grade, we were learning about letter pronunciation, and when we got to S, the teacher explained that some kids say S with their tongue, when it's actually supposed to be behind your teeth.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. So I stopped doing it.
Oh, that's good.
Cured. Who knew that if you've got a speech impediment or some sort of hindrance or obstruction in your life, just stop it. Simple.
It's not that simple.
You've got cancer. No, it's okay. Just stop it.
Oh
when I was learning how to
gosh.
swim, my mom and her friend, who also had a daughter my age, hired a swim instructor for us. And I don't remember a single thing about it, except that she made us hang off the edge of the pool and just shimmy across the side. But I was terrified of these filters against the side and always refused to go across them because I was scared of being sucked in or something. I don't know how I passed that class because I refused to do the exercise. But at least I knew her eyes were blue. And then at the end of each lesson, she'd give us a piece of licorice, like we were dogs. I didn't like licorice. Oh yeah, and also this one time I almost drowned and died.
What?
So my parents were having a bunch of their friends over who also had kids for a pool party. There were a handful of pool toys like blow-up dolphins and beach balls, but we also had this floating foam mat. I was doofing off doing my own thing, and at one point when I was underwater, the mat drifted over top of me. When I had to go up for air, I hit the bottom of the mat, and I was like,
oh my goodness.
Time for advanced critical problem solving.
Oh my goodness.
So if this mat is over top of me, I can't get up to the surface to breathe. So what do I do?
Push it or swim around it.
I got it. I'll simply become a child Hercules and lift 3 6-year-olds from underwater into the air with my twig arms.
There's 3 6-year-olds on there?
Rather than using one of my 4 brain cells and swimming 2 feet to the side away from the mat, I decided to try and just bench press my way to survival. One of the adults realized I was being an idiot.
Oh my goodness.
And also dying. And instead of being like, well, survival of the fittest, he dove in and saved me.
That's nice.
So I didn't end up drowning of stupidity.
That's good.
Thank you, Mr. Chad. And now I'm here, on my own, moved to California, in my own place.
Oh, she lives in Cali, that's
not dead at the bottom of a pool, staring at everyone. Being honest, I love my family so much, and they've done so much for me. It takes a lot of effort to raise a person. Just think about how helpless and stupid babies are when they... start out. They can't do anything. You can just put a baby on the ground and do nothing.
They just lay there.
Leave it alone. And it'll just...
Oh my gosh.
Pathetic. I'm so thankful and lucky my family's so supportive about everything I've been able to do, because I know not a lot of parents are like that. They even helped me sell merch at VidCon.
That's nice.
They were so happy about it too.
That's
they
so
came up to me after every day like, oh my gosh, Jaiden, everyone's so wonderful. The people who watch your videos are so sweet. Someone asked me to sign their shirt, so I just wrote Jaiden's mom. I was really nervous to pursue this career path because it can be a bit unpredictable, but the fact that they're so proud and encouraging has helped me do so much more than I ever would have thought I could if I was alone. So thanks, Mom and Dad. Brown, Hazel.
I think that's super cool that her parents are being super supportive about, you know, her career path, what she's doing. It's always great when you have a support system that can back you up, can encourage you, can motivate you to keep doing what it is that you love or what you like to do. I think these stories were super duper cute. Like her lisp, I think that was adorable. Like I know some kids do have a lisp when they're younger, and sometimes when I voice characters for like video games, like when I'm playing my gameplays, I'll have a lispy character because I think lisps are super cute. Granted, I am gonna remember that TH versus S thing for my daughter, just in case if she does start to have a list. We'll be like, okay, sweetie, we're gonna fix this, we're gonna fix this. Although it's super freaking adorable, we're gonna fix this. But yeah, I think it's cute on a child. When you're an adult, it's not so cute, you know? So if we can knock it out while you're a child, then when you become an adult, you'll be gravy. As far as like, when she was saying when she had to buy supplies for the first time, there's like this, I mean, it sounds super dumb, I think, for people. It's like, it sounds like common sense for people. Like, hey, if you're living on your own, clearly you would have to buy more toilet paper and paper towel. But that realization that if you don't buy it, it will not be there is a light bulb click that every person, I think, that goes off on their own, leaves their parents' house, has. Because when I was living on my own, or when I was living in a situation where I was on my own, that whole realization like, oh crap, I have to go, I'm out of toilet paper. I have to go to the store and buy some more. Oh crap, my car's out of gas. I have to go to the gas station and get some more. And it's different when you always had a constant supply just coming in. When you're out of toilet paper just appeared. When your mom's car was out of gas, gas just appeared. And to have that mental mindset of I've got to do this all on my own, it's dumb when I think about it. Like, of course, where else do you think it was gonna come from? But it's crazy the fact that that was like a, oh yeah, I gotta do that moment. But yeah, what are some things that happened to you while you were growing up? Let me know down below in the comment section. I think that's really, like I said, I love her parents' motivation and encouragement to what she's doing. If you like the video, check out the link in the description box below to support Jaiden there. If you like this video, hug the that like button. I love you guys as always, and until next time, buddy.